We are ANN, and this is Planet Talk.
Welcome to Planet Talk. I'm Alex Stein. The thing that most attracts me about astrology is not the way that we can use it to manipulate our lives, or understand ourselves better, or even to make better choices, but it's simply the way that it reveals more about the nature of consciousness itself to us. More than anything else that I know, astrology consistently illuminates this whole idea of as above, so below. The idea that anything that occurs here at the human level is going to have its symbolic reflection at a higher level in the relationships between the planets. This means that any piece of news that I read, no matter how significant or insignificant, if I peel back the obvious layers, is going to reveal this kind of higher working of meaning in consciousness itself. So yesterday I saw a headline that reads, "Sharp-eyed diver finds ancient crusader's sword on Israeli seabed." And this just perfectly encapsulates the current lineup of Sun conjunct Mars, square Pluto, and trine Jupiter. Now, Pluto is the astrological archetype of depth and hiddenness and darkness. So anything that's sunken in the sea is Pluto territory. Pluto generally relates to archaeology, to detective work, to psychology, because these all have to do with stuff that's been hidden, either in the depths of time or the earth or the sea, or hidden from general knowledge, or hidden in the depths of the psyche. That's all Pluto stuff. Now, the alignment of the Sun with Pluto brings consciousness to that place. The Sun shines a light wherever it goes because it's the Sun. So suddenly we see what's been hidden. Okay, we bring it into consciousness. We drag it up from the bottom of the sea. Now, Mars, the planetary archetype of action, aggression, violence, war, relates to the sword. It relates to the crusader. And it also relates to the diver's sharp eyes. So with the Sun-Mars conjunction, we bring sharpness, Mars, to the eyes, Sun. Right? The eyes are what see. The Sun shines the light. The Sun brings consciousness. Also, Sun-Mars has to do with vigorous action. So it's not just war, but sports relate to Mars. Going out and diving, right? Jupiter adds a dimension of exploration to this, right? Outdoor sports, big views, being in nature. This is a very Sun, Mars, Jupiter kind of a thing. And even more than that, Jupiter as the planet of faith and ideology, and also outward expansion and travel, relates to the crusader. Mars-Jupiter alignments, and here we've got Mars trine Jupiter, are like the crusader alignments par excellence, right? Fighting for a cause, fighting for an idea, going out forcefully to another land to bring your own ideology. Now, one more dimension of this is that when this occurred, Mercury was retrograde. Mercury has to do with thoughts, information, perceptions, media. And when Mercury is retrograde, it turns its attention more to the past. Things come out of the past to come into our attention now so that we can reflect on them maybe and digest them a little bit and sort of hear the message that we need to hear. And this is the reason why, Mercury retrograde, sometimes people freak out and think that it's messing things up. It's really just that it's kind of turning around the ordinary order of perception and thought and our administrative functions. So the idea of something like this coming out of the past suddenly into our attention, it fits with Mercury retrograde. So what might this be about? Well, it's interesting to reflect on the fact that in this place, right, Israel, 900 years ago, the Crusades were happening. And maybe this is the universe's way of saying, look, you guys are still up to the same old crap. Like, when's this going to end, right? East versus West, Christianity versus Islam, um, ideological sectarian violence, culture wars, all this kind of stuff. It's still happening. So this sword is just a little artifact of this. And that's all it is. But using the planetary symbols this way, we can kind of reflect on it in this deeper way and go, oh, all right, I see what's going on here. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and if so, please click the link to like and subscribe, and click the link to join my mailing list to stay up to date on offers for counseling and courses and for more free content. Thanks.